There you go. So let's talk about the one with two. I actually put your rates in there. So what's happening on the top line is the 2.39% at 10 years. The amortization that on in September, now the date might be right, but either September the 1st or September the 20th. Our outstanding principal balance will be $1,747,615. At that 2.39% rate financed at 2 years, changes the interest to the total rate of $237,855. That will represent, we will have an outstanding interest balance on September 1st of $1,099,000. By taking this loan at 10 years at 2.39%, will save the taxpayers $861,000. If you take that savings and amortize that, that's $86,000 a year. Now, what does that mean? Obviously, cash flow is going to go out by $86,209 that you see in the top left. That's the increase in the payment above what it currently is. However, what's happening is almost per note that what you're transferring is cash and buying your asset. So you actually are saving $861,000 over the course of this loan by doing that. On the second one is the 3.39 at 15, which saves $592,000. And that's using these numbers that we had on the prior loans. And I called the bank and just talked to him, and he couldn't give me. And I called Southern. I talked to Dan, and I know this is a question. Does this have to go out to the LGC for rebid?
Yes.
It does. Okay. Anyhow, as we know, Southern Bank here in Gatesville does pay taxes to the county, and 3% is a variable dual rate, doable for them. Doing the same thing at 3% rate, that's $798,000 worth of savings. So, you know, this is almost a no-brainer. So then what I did, looking at our balance sheet for the year, March of last year, we were positive cash flow of $685,000. If you look at our balance sheet today, March 31st, 2012, we're positive cash flow by $869,000. That's $234,000 more. Last year, our fund balance grew by $559,000. So, it's very within the range of being able to pay this debt down. And it's critical. If you look at the LGC format, we as Gates County now owes $7,902,000. That's with this 1.5 we just stuck on the table that's sitting on the balance sheet. That's $771 for every person in the county. The last candidate form, Mr. Pierce made reference to our debt. Well, it's imperative that we pay our debt down. And what's happening, this is happening across the country. There's very little cash being out there. Most people that are doing that, that's what they're doing. These corporations are paying their debt down. They're making money. Why are the corporations making money? Because they got lean and mean. They put people on the street. They had to because of the tax situation that was coming to them. So they increased their profits. That's what they've done. And they are back, and those profits that they're having out there, they're good profits out there. The reason is because they're not employing as many people as they did. They are lean and mean, and they are paying their debt down. We as a county need to do the same thing. So, saying that what I would like to know is what is the true rates that we can borrow this money at 10 years.
You put it out in the
You're going to have to RFPs to do that.
Well, we need to do that.
We need to discuss this during our planning on our workshop, because this is going to affect the budget for years to come. How
It doesn't affect that.
well, everything that's in the county does affect the budget. We need to discuss.
Grant, we don't know what the shit you talking about.
We can do that. We need to be proactive every day. is costing us $300. Every day that we are not doing anything is costing $300.
Well, you wanna make that a motion, can we do RFP to get them? I mean, that's where we're at, you wanna make a motion?
Then I'll make a motion that we get an RFP to find out some quotes for a 10-year loan.
All right, we've got a motion on the
For
floor.
1.1 million, I see you have 1,750,000 on that which if we do it now, we'll be very proactive, we're probably can save over $20,000. And make that calculation, because that was effective on, what is it, September the 20th? Is when the notice due. If we do it now, it's probably another $20,000 sitting on the table.
Okay, you made that as a motion that we send out an RFP.
Chairman, I'd like to ask Mr. Hora to also get 15 years as well, to see what that would, that rate would be.
Okay, you made, now let's,
I'd like to ask Mr. Ford, if he will, to make his, in agreement with Henry, to make his motion specific on the dollar amount too, if he will, please, to be in the
The
RFP.
principal balance on September 1st will be $1,747,615. Now, that is not the principal balance right this very minute. That's what I'm saying. Because of the timing mechanism, there's probably $20,000 that we can knock off. And I'm guessing, I'm doing the $300 in my mind and on a per day basis. So, I don't know exactly what that is, but it's no more than $1,747,000.
okay, we've got a partial motion on the floor. You want to amend your motion to what you want now?
All right, well, we didn't read that, but anyhow, that's fine. I'd like to find out the rate for a 10-year note and a 15-year note for $1,750,000 for the sole purpose of paying off our VSS building outstanding loan, which will save the taxpayers anywhere from probably, $745,000 to $861,000.
Okay, we've got a motion on the floor to have the county manager and the county finance director do RFP for this $1.75 million to pay off the DSS loan. Is that right?
That is correct.
All right, do we have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Okay. County manager, y'all put up RFP. All right, next on the agenda. You got it, Mel?
Thank you, Sam.
You finished, right? Okay.
I'll see if I can find a building.
Okay. All right, next on the agenda, Renee?